Welcome, everyone, to the D&D World Weavers Podcast. I'm Alex.
And I'm Jammie. Great to be here.
We are so excited because this is our first off-the-beaten-path show of the month. Normally, we're digging into old source books, you know?
Right, the classics.
Yeah.
But for these first-of-the-month shows, we figured, hey, let's mix it up. Anything could happen, really.
Totally. And tonight, we wanted to talk about something we've been thinking about a lot. We've kind of distilled what we think are, like, the top 10 things we've learned about having a really good session of D&D.
Yeah, based on, well, years of playing and running games. What actually makes a session fun and memorable.
Exactly. But before we dive into the list, I have got to tell you this story from a recent game. Oh my God.
Uh-oh. Do I know this one?
You were there. Remember the rogue? Mid-fight with this, like, huge red dragon,
Yeah.
Fire everywhere, and the rogue suddenly decides the dragon owes them money.
Oh, right, yeah. They just stopped fighting.
Yeah.
Started negotiating.
Yes. No persuasion check, nothing. Just this totally earnest, completely bonkers monologue about, like, interest rates and back payments. The DM's jaw just hit the floor. We all just stared.
It was something. And then, predictably.
The dragon ate them. Just jump, gone. Hilarious afterwards, but man, it really drove home how easily things can go off the rails if you're not all kind of pulling in the same direction, gameplay-wise.
Huh. A perfect, if slightly crunchy, example of why we wanted to have this chat today. So we've put together our top 10 principles, maybe philosophies, things we found really make a difference.
We're calling them our pillars of D&D mastery. Catchy, right?
Yeah, sure. We'll walk through each one, share what we figured out.
And then the super fun part, we're going to actually play a little sample game of D&D 5e right here, using these ideas with characters from our own campaign.
Right, to show how these tips work in practice, not just in theory.
Yeah.
These are the things we found make the game, click, engaging, memorable, stuff we've learned the hard way sometimes.
Totally. Okay, let's get into it. Pillar number 1, the big one. Prioritize player engagement and collaboration.
This is fundamental. D&D isn't just the DM telling a story at the players, it's everyone building it together.
Yeah, it's so easy to forget that sometimes, especially when you're DMing.
And a key part of fostering that, we've found, is, well, not being too open-ended. If you just say, okay, you're in town, what do you do?
Yeah.
You sometimes just get crickets, blank stares.
Oh, totally. I've seen that happen way too often. Players just freeze up.
Right. So providing maybe a few specific options or some clear leads, some tracks they could follow, it doesn't railroad them. It gives them something concrete to react to, guides their focus a bit.
And it keeps things moving, which ties into that whole yes and idea, or, sometimes no but.
Exactly. If a player throws out something wild, yes and, lets you build on it, keeps it dynamic. If it's just impossible, no but, gives them an alternative, keeps their idea in play somehow, avoids those long, drawn-out debates.
Ugh, the worst. Where everyone's trying to guess the right path.
And asking players directly, okay, what are you trying to achieve here? Or what's your character's goal for this scene? Can really cut through the noise, helps get everyone on the same page fast.
Good point. And encourage them to talk to each other in character.
Yes. Player-to-player interaction shares the load. It means the DM isn't the sole focus of every single conversation.
And for the DM, it means you got to listen more than you talk, weave their stuff in, and, read the room. If someone looks bored, maybe throw something specifically at their character.
Which actually leads perfectly into our second pillar. Center the player characters in the narrative.
Yes. This is huge. Players need to feel like their character actually matters to the story.
If they don't, why are they even there, right?
Sure.
It's their story, too.
So for me, that means really digging into their backstories. Bring back that mentor they mentioned, or have the plot tie into their family history, or, maybe the adventure takes them back to their hometown. It shows their choices, their character creation actually had an impact.
That's a great way to do it. And something we found, especially for groups maybe not heavy on role-playing, is having the characters know each other from the start.
Oh, yeah. Tell me more about that.
Well, it just skips that sometimes awkward, so why are we all hanging out phase?
Yeah.
Creates instant bonds, gives them a reason to stick together right away, saves a bit of time, gets you into the action faster.
That makes sense. And a really simple tip for session 1. Just have everyone go around and describe their character, what they look like, maybe a key mannerism. Helps everyone visualize the party. And for the DM, it gives you clues about what kind of game each player is looking for.
Good practical advice. Okay, pillar number 3. Provide clear direction and campaign themes. Players can get lost pretty quick if they don't know what they're supposed to be doing.
Totally. That aimless wandering feeling is the worst.
Yeah.
You definitely need a clear plot hook right at the beginning. Especially for newer players, sometimes you really do need to spell it out. Here's the problem, here's why you care, here's a first step.
And thinking broad picture, establishing a clear campaign theme before people even make characters can be super helpful. Like, okay, we're playing a circus troupe, or you're all pirates on the run.
Right. So everyone makes characters that fit that theme. They feel relevant from the get-go, not like some random collection of adventurers who just happen to meet in a tavern.
And to keep them on track without making it feel like a railroad, we use the rule of three. Basically, make sure there are at least 3 different ways, 3 clues or paths, for them to find crucial information or figure out the next step.
Ooh, I like that. Gives them agency, but keeps the story moving forward. Smart.
Okay, pillar 4. Judiciously apply rules and skill checks. This is a big one for game flow.
Oh, yeah. You don't want to grind things to a halt rolling dice for everything. Like, asking an NTC for directions shouldn't always need a persuasion check, right?
Exactly. Save the checks for when there's actual challenge, actual stakes, when the outcome really matters.
And think about failure. What happens if they fail the check?
Right. It shouldn't just be, nope, didn't work. A failed lockpick check could jam the lock. A failed stealth check could alert a guard. Give it consequences. That makes the success feel earned and stops players just spamming checks, hoping for a good roll.
Totally. And for DMs, if there's a rules argument, make a quick call, keep the game moving. You can always look it up later. Fun first, rule book second.
Absolutely. And don't forget the rule of cool. Sometimes you just got to let that awesome cinematic moment happen, even if it bends the rules a tiny bit. Especially for new DMs, it builds excitement.
Good call. And for new players, maybe just introduce rules as they come up. Don't dump the whole player's handbook on them session 1.
Yeah, drip feed it. Keep it manageable.
Okay, so we've got rules sorted. How about describing the world? Pillar 5, master intentional descriptions.
This is interesting because DMs often stress about describing everything perfectly. But players' imaginations, they do a lot of the heavy lifting.
So true. You don't need paragraphs for every single room.
Right. Focus on hitting maybe 1 or 2 key senses beyond just sight. What does it smell like? Is there a weird sound? The acrid smell of brimstone, or like a deafening silence. That stuff sticks.
Oh, I love that. Sensory detail. Or using comparisons, right? Like, it was black, like a midnight sky flecked with starlight. Makes abstract things feel more real.
Exactly. And be intentional. If you describe the ornate carving on one specific chest, players are going to notice that chest. Adding detail draws attention, so use it deliberately.
Like adding salt, just a little bit where it counts.
Yeah. Start vague, maybe give a general impression. Then, as the interactor get closer, add more layers, more nuance. Don't overwhelm them up front.
Got it. Okay, pillar 6. Maintain game momentum and consistency. Nothing kills the vibe like a session just fizzling out.
Yeah, or ending abruptly mid-thought. Leaves a sour taste. One good trick is ending on a cliffhanger, even for one shot. Gets people excited for next time.
Builds that anticipation. And practically speaking, keeping a regular schedule helps so much. Prioritizing the game. Sometimes you just got to jump past the initial chit-chat and get the dice rolling.
And, controversially maybe, sometimes you play even if one person can't make it. Keeps the momentum for the rest of the group.
Yeah, that can be tough, but sometimes necessary. And if things stall during the game, if players are just stuck, the DM can step in, have an NPC show up, have something happen to them, nudge things forward.
And part of that momentum is embracing the unexpected. When players go totally off script, don't panic, get excited. That's often where the coolest stuff happens. Lean into the improv.
Which is a perfect lead-in to Pillar 7. Make combat engaging and purposeful. Combat can take up a lot of time, so it needs to feel like it matters.
Absolutely. It shouldn't just be hitting bags of hit points back and forth. It needs to feel threatening, demand some strategy, and ideally connect back to the larger story somehow. Why are they fighting this thing here, now?
And players love it when the environment matters. Is there cover? Can they push someone off a ledge? Use the terrain. Don't just make it a flat grid.
Right. Because honestly, balancing combat takes effort, but if every fight feels the same, it just gets boring, tedious even. Gotta mix it up.
So true. Okay, almost there. Pillar 8. Proactively seek and utilize feedback.
Ah, the DM insecurity struggle. Are they having fun? Do they hate my NPCs? We've all been there.
Oh, yeah. The best way to deal with that, just ask at the end of the session, hey, what did you like? What maybe didn't land? What could make it better?
That direct feedback is gold. It helps you tailor things specifically for your group. And don't forget all the amazing resources out there. Actual play shows like Dimension 20, Critical Role, tutorial videos, modules. Soak it all up.
Definitely learn from others, but remember,
Every table is different. What works for Critical Role might not work for your group. Talking to your players is always the most important step.
couldn't agree more. Okay, ninth pillar, maybe the most important. Cultivate a relaxed and fun table atmosphere.
Yes. It's a game. Everyone should be having a good time, including the DM.
And it's okay to mess up. If you fumble a rule or forget an NPC's name, just laugh it off. Lean into it. Being a fallible DM makes things way less stressful.
Totally. Don't try to be perfect. And DMs, make sure you're comfortable. Have your snacks, your drinks, whatever helps you relax. Don't add extra stress to your plate.
The ultimate goal is just everyone walking away feeling like they had fun.
Right.
Even if not every single moment was peak D&D.
Exactly. When in doubt, just err on the side of fun. Always.
Love it. And finally, our 10th pillar. Embrace flexibility, improvisation, and resourceful preparation.
This kind of ties a lot of the previous points together. That ability to adapt on the fly, it's crucial.
Embrace the chaos. Say yes and when players throw you curveballs.
Right. And it's okay if they do something so wild you have zero clue what to do. Just tell them, wow, okay, didn't expect that. Give me 2 minutes to figure this out. Taking a quick break is totally fine.
Good point. Takes the pressure off. And here's a pro tip for prep.
Ah, yes, the secret weapon. Resourceful prep. If you design this cool puzzle or this interesting NPC or this unique shop, and the players just walk right past it.
Don't throw it away.
Nope. Just file off the serial numbers, give it a quick reskin, and use it later. Players will never know. Saves you so much time compared to prepping everything from scratch every single week.
That is a genuine game changer. Okay, wow, that was a lot, but hopefully super useful stuff.
That's the goal. Those are our 10 pillars.
And now, as promised, let's see some of this in action. We're going to run a little sample game using characters from our own long-running campaign.
Yep, time to put our money where our mouth is. Let's introduce the unfortunate souls venturing forth today.
Okay, first up is Arcturus. He's our champion fighter. A retriever, basically a big, strong, dog-like humanoid. His personality is summed up as, I like long walks, killing things, drink, fight, hump, flaws, alcoholic. He's brave, lucky, can heal himself, hits hard with his great axe, and runs faster on all fours. Oh, and carries 3 beer caskets, naturally.
Naturally. Then we have Freya the dog, also a fighter. Arcturus's actual dog companion. Personality. Slobbery, doesn't know her own strength. Ideals. Must protect master. When do we eat? She's loyal, can knock people prone, resists cold, and has an amazing sense of smell. Wears leather armor in the form of a saddle and carries healing potions for the party.
Such a good girl. Next is Jack Draco, our human hunter-ranger. He's an acolyte who constantly quotes, or usually misquotes, sacred texts, flaws, lack decorum and diplomacy big time. He's good against orcs and humans, can hit multiple targets, and has some handy spells like Cure Wounds and Hunter's Mark. Uses a short bow.
And rounding out the party, Sappy Fnippernackle, a forest gnome bard, folk hero background, personality, fashionista, ideals, eager do-gooder to a fault. He has an heirloom lute, delusions of nobility, and can talk to small animals. Uses bardic inspiration, illusions, is surprisingly persuasive, and has spells like Healing Word, Heat Metal, and Vicious Mockery. Carries a gourd popper for stunning and a barrel of mead. Oh, and a secret agent suit, don't ask.
What a motley crew. Okay, where are we sending them today?
We're heading into the catacombs of Gothmog of Udun. Level 1 stuff, think crumbling tomb, traps, undead, maybe some treasure. It's dimly lit, smells awful, definitely hazardous. Classic dungeon crawl feel, fitting our theme.
Perfect. All right, let's set the scene. Scenario 1. Room 1. The entrance hall. Okay, team, you push open a heavy stone door. You step into a dusty corridor. The walls have these cracked murals, looks like some creepy priest doing dark ritual, and yeah, the air is thick with the smell of decay.
As you step inside, maybe take a look around. Applying tip 5, intentional description. Near the entrance, the floor looks a little too clean in one spot, almost like a square outline. And maybe a faint click mechanism is visible if you look really closely. That's a pressure plate. DC 12 dex save, or 1d4 piercing from a dart trap if you step on it. Further down, near the only other door, there's a skeleton slumped against the wall, rusty dagger in its bony hand.
Okay, adventurers, we've got a potential trap, a potential lazy guardian. Thinking tip 1, collaboration, and tip 4, judicious checks. What's the plan? Jack, Freya, your keen senses might be useful here. Perception checks.
Jack squints. The proverbs of verity at caution. Trust not the overly tidy floor in a place of ancient rot. I shall examine that clean patch. Freya sniffs the air near the skeleton, then lets out a low growl towards the pressure plate area.
Sappy, maybe an illusion to distract the skeleton or test the plate? Arcturus, are you just itching to charge?
Jack rolls perception. A 9. Not great. Freya, however, with her nose, rolls an 18. She definitely picks up the faint scent of oil and metal mechanism from the pressure plate and the stale bone dust smell from the skeleton.
Okay, so Freya confirms the trap is likely real. Sappy pipes up. Perhaps a distraction is in order. A bit of minor illusionary cheese should tempt even the most stoic skeleton. He gestures, creating the image and smell of pungent cheese near the skeleton.
The skeleton skull visibly swivels towards the illusionary cheese. It seems distracted. Okay, Arcturus, the path near the wall seems clear of the plate. You want to try sneaking past.
Arcturus grunts. Cheese smell weak. Beer smell better. Me go around. He attempts to hug the wall, avoiding the plate. Let's get a dexterity stealth check.
Rolls a 14.
Nice. Arcturus slips past the pressure plate undetected. The skeleton is still pondering the phantom cheese. Good teamwork. You avoided the trap and bypassed the guardian for now. Onwards.
Okay, scenario 2. Room 2, Guardian's Chamber. You enter a square room. Flanking the doorway on the far side are 2 large, imposing stone statues. The floor here is littered with old bones. Remember, your goal is the Orb of Gothmog, deeper inside. These statues look important.
Statues in a tomb. Alarm bells. Thinking tip 2, centering PCs, and tip 7, purposeful combat. What's the deal with these stony guys, and is there anything else here?
Right. These statues will animate if you get too close. Their animated armor, not super tough, but definitely a hurdle. They guard the way forward. However, tip 5, again, intentional detail. Behind the left statue, the stonework looks slightly different. There might be a hidden compartment. DC 14, perception to spot it. Could hold something useful.
Okay, Jack, Freya, your senses were great last time. Want to give it another go. Jack, maybe you check the statues for magical auras or traps. Freya, sniff around that weird wall section.
Jack nods. As the seer wrote, that which guards often hides a secret nearby. I examine the area around the left sentinel. Freya puts her nose to the ground near the wall Jack is looking at.
Wisdom perception checks again. Jack. Freya, with advantage for smell.
Jack rolls. A 17. Freya rolls. A 12, but gets a 20 with advantage.
Boom. Jack spots faint seams suggesting a hidden door behind the statue. Freya smells old herbs and maybe glass. Definitely something stored there. But as you approach to investigate, creak, groan, both statues start to animate. Roll initiative.
Okay, animated armors are up. Arcturus, you're probably first. What do you do? Tip 7, make combat engaging.
Arcturus roars, more rock things to smash. GRR. He charges the nearest animated armor, great axe swinging.
Sappy quickly strums his lute. Oh, clanky constructs, your movements are clumsy. Your design pedestrian. Vicious mockery. He targets the other armor. Jack, you marking 1. Freya.
Jack raises his bow. By the light of Aridia, feel my mark. He casts Hunter's Mark on the one Arcturus is charging. Freya loops forward, trying to use her knockdown ability on the mocked armor.
Okay, Arcturus hits hard. Sappy's mockery imposes disadvantage on the target's next attack. Freya's knockdown forces a strength save. The armor fails. It clatters to the ground, prone. Jack's Hunter's Mark adds extra damage. This is teamwork.
You make short work of the animated armors, excellent use of character abilities, making the combat tactical and meaningful. Behind the left statue, you find the hidden compartment. Inside, a healing potion. Nice find.
All right, one final challenge for our sample. Scenario 3. Room 3. Pit trap room. You proceed into a long, narrow room. Unlike the previous areas, the floor here is suspiciously clean, almost swept. On the far wall, you see a coiled rope bridge.
Suspiciously clean again. Okay, alarm bells louder this time. Tip 4, judicious checks, and tip 6, momentum. How do we get across and keep moving towards that orb? What's the trap?
The clean floor hides a wide, 10-foot deep pit trap covering most of the room's width. DC 12 perception to spot the edges before you walk onto it. The rope bridge needs to be secured across the pit. That'll take a decent strength check.
Okay, team, clean floor pit vibes. Jack, Freya, perception time again.
Jack studies the floor. Where dust fears to tread, danger often lies ahead. The edges. Yes, they seem too sharp. Freya whines near the edge, refusing to step forward onto the clean section. Perception checks. Jack gets a 15. Freya instinctively senses the void. You spot the pit.
All right, we see the pit. Now, that rope bridge. Arcturus, Mr. Strong Guy. Think you can secure that across?
Arcturus grabs the rope. Ha, easy, like tying shoe, if shoe is heavy rock.
He plants his feet and heaves, trying to anchor the bridge securely on your side. Give me a strength check.
Come on, Arcturus. Rolls dice, sound effect implied. He rolls an 18.
Nice. Arcturus expertly secures the rope bridge. It's taut and stable, stretching across the dark pit. The way forward is clear. You navigated the trap, used your strengths, and kept the game moving. If you'd failed, maybe the rope slips, someone falls, you have to find another way. consequences.
Awesome. And that, everyone, gives you a little taste of how applying these ideas can make the game flow better, feel more engaging, and highlight what makes each character cool. Exactly. We saw player collaboration, centered the character skills, applied rules with purpose, made combat tactical, used description intentionally, and kept the momentum going, all while focusing on a clear goal.
It was fun, and it just shows, D&D is such a creative, amazing game when things click.
It really is. And being a skilled DM isn't about knowing every single rule perfectly or prepping for 12 hours straight.
Nope. It's about setting that clear foundation, really listening to your players, working with them, and being ready to improvise, adapt, and just have fun with the unexpected twists.
It's about building that shared story together, laughing at the fumbles, and enjoying the ride.
Couldn't have said it better myself. We really hope this exploration of gameplay tips was helpful for you. If you enjoyed it, please remember to like, subscribe, and share us with your fellow adventurers.
And definitely tune in every Saturday night for more from the D&D World Weavers Podcast.
And for our final thought to leave you with today, thinking about your own game, what's one small change, just one thing inspired by our chat that you could try in your next D&D session to make it even more engaging or fun?
Mull that over. Go make some awesome stories.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
See you next time.